Hà Trinh xin chào mừng quý vị đang cùng quay trở lại với chương trình The Miwi Spirit Talkshow. Đây là chuỗi talk show được xây dựng bởi Kusto Home, thương hiệu bất động sản thuộc tập đoàn đầu tư quốc tế đa ngành Kusto Group. Thưa quý vị, với thông điệp cùng nhau phát triển, cùng nhau vươn tầm, bứt phá đến thành công, hy vọng chuỗi talk show này sẽ lan tỏa được thật nhiều những giá trị, tạo ra thành công cho cộng đồng và đặc biệt trong lĩnh vực bất động sản. Cùng với những câu chuyện được chia sẻ, những trải nghiệm của khách mời đại diện cho 5 giá trị tiêu biểu mà Kusto Home đang theo đuổi: am tường, thấu hiểu, bền vững, linh hoạt và độc đáo. Tuần trước, nếu như chúng ta đã cùng nhau chia sẻ về giá trị bền vững cùng với ông Chris Senecki, ông là phó tổng giám đốc của công ty Cotecons, thì tuần này xin mời quý vị sẽ tiếp tục tìm hiểu về giá trị linh hoạt với một vị khách mời rất đặc biệt. Đó là chủ tịch và tổng giám đốc của công ty AstraZeneca Việt Nam và các thị trường mới nổi khu vực châu Á. Ông cũng là phó chủ tịch khu vực quốc tế ngành hàng vaccine và miễn dịch. Và bây giờ xin mời quý vị sẽ cùng gặp gỡ ông Nitin Kapoor. Welcome everyone to the talk show, The Miwi Spirit. And here, Mr. Nitin, that I mentioned. So first of all, Mr. Nitin, I would like to say I really appreciate it for your effort and your team, AstraZeneca, because you have a great contribution to against the pandemic, and especially with everyone quickly come back to the new normal life. So how you feel about the talk show, The Miwi Spirit today?
Firstly, thank you so much for welcoming me to this talk show. It's a pleasure to be here with you today. Pandemic was a challenge, not only for Vietnam, but for the world. In our lifetime, post the World War, I don't think we have seen, most of us have not seen this kind of a burden on the society before. AstraZeneca, alongside other healthcare companies and the governments and the society, had an important role to play to manage to fight the pandemic. Now we are heading into the endemic phase. By definition, endemic doesn't mean it's the end. Yeah. We still need to take the precaution. We still need to take necessary measures. And I'm very confident with this ongoing spirit, we can soon overcome the pandemic and the endemic phase.
Yeah, wonderful speak. Actually, I just want to say welcome to the show. And you had a really wonderful speak today. And you know, that's why we need you in the transformative value, because that's play a very important role for that war with the COVID. And we know that AstraZeneca and your team have a really big effort on doing against the COVID. So how is you and your team effort?
Vietnam in particular did a very good job. I'm immensely proud to be a resident of Vietnam. The government here, the society, fought the pandemic in the best possible way. And I couldn't be more proud to be a resident in this country. Of course, as AstraZeneca, we have been in Vietnam for the last 30 plus years. We have a team of over 500 people in this country. During the pandemic, of course, as a healthcare company, we had to do our part to help the society, to help Vietnam overcome the pandemic as quickly as possible. Yeah. We were one of the first companies to bring our vaccines to Vietnam. Globally, in around 2 years' time, we have delivered over 3 billion doses of our vaccines to more than 180 countries around the world. Here in Vietnam, we delivered just over 72 million of our vaccines through our agreement with the government, with VNVC, but also through the bilateral donations which came between government to government and of course through COVAX, the global supply network.
Yeah, that's a really hard time for your team, and that's really big effort, ladies and gentlemen. Actually, I am not a vaccine maker and not an expert, but I can imagine that being transformative is very important because of the complexity of the virus and distributing the vaccine around the world, right? And so what do you think about the importance of the transformative value in your work?
Look, firstly, pandemic of any nature is unpredictable. So I think first and foremost, we all need to be agile and be flexible and have a transformative mindset, whether you're in healthcare, whether you are in property business or in any other business. I think we all need to be able to embrace the change and move along with the change. I'm very proud, not only the AstraZeneca team here in Vietnam, but globally, we have an innovative mindset. We have a very open mindset to change. As a healthcare company, we have to always discover new medicines. So discovery, innovation is in our DNA as a healthcare company. And again, we are very proud that during the pandemic, we really stepped up to support the pandemic burden. And of course, whilst the world was thinking of the pandemic and the COVID, we cannot forget the burden of the other healthcare diseases, the non-communicable diseases, people still suffering from heart attacks and people still suffering from cancer diseases and respiratory diseases and other cardiovascular and chronic diseases. So not only we had to support the burden of the COVID, the pandemic, but of course as a healthcare company, not only AstraZeneca and all other companies, alongside the healthcare professionals, we had an important role to play that the society can still access the other medicines, the treatment, the diagnosis required to ensure that the world can still continue to live a healthy lifestyle.
Thank you, Mr. Nitin, for all the interesting information you have shared. Ladies and gentlemen, absolutely, the transformative value is critical and really important for our life, not just the medical field, but just for everyone in the world. So right now, we're gonna meet Mr. Sergey Nam, the General Director from Kusto Home, to discuss more about the transformative value. So welcome back everyone to the show. So let me introduce Mr. Sergey Nam, the General Director from Kusto Home again. And Mr. Sergey, this is Mr. Nitin Kapoor from AstraZeneca Vietnam. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for joining.
Morning, Sergey. Good to meet you.
Great to see you.
You look great today. And we are really excited, especially about the audience. They want to know that as the point of view of the developer of the real estate, how you feel about the transformative value in Kusto Home?
Thank you. It's a good question. I keep saying to my team that we have to be proud of what we do, because our mission is not just building houses, constructing buildings, but we have to be proud of transforming city landscape.
Yeah.
If you look at Diamond Island in particular, 12 years ago, when our company bought this piece of land, it was very rural and kind of underdeveloped area. So we were the first, to invest in this location. And right after Diamond Island, a lot of other developers started looking at this location and doing more investments. And look at it now, like the whole area is totally different from 10 years ago. And the same approach, I think, is applicable for our next project, Urban Green. Because right now it's more like an industrial kind of area that not really, not yet up to its potential. So this is our job. I think with Urban Green, we will transform and we will renovate and upgrade lifestyle of the whole neighborhood.
So that's not just the investment, also change the face of the city, right? So Mr. Nitin, I heard that you are a resident in the Diamond Island too, right? Yeah. So how you feel about the values that Kusto Home has developed to create and to transform the living environment or living experience here?
So firstly, I would say I'm not a resident here. I'm a very proud resident. I've been in this place from the time I came to Vietnam. Diamond Island has been my home. From the very beginning I entered Vietnam. Couldn't be more proud of living in this beautiful locality, in this beautiful compound. And I must congratulate Kusto Home team for building such an incredible space. Of course, as an expat, left London many years back, been around in many parts of the world, but truly walking in Diamond Island, I remember 5 years back, showing the address to my driver, and he got nervous. He said, it's really far. At the time, the bridge was just reopening or the bridge was just getting constructed. And I must say, living in Diamond Island, it almost, it's very secure. We love the open space, which Diamond Island offers. And of course, above all, the security aspects of the compound. So yeah, that's why I said, not only I live here, I'm a very proud resident of Diamond Island.
Yeah. What is the differences between the quality and the difficulties when you invest in London and Vietnam?
Look, I think, the good old saying, investing in property is the safest investment, I believe. and I've invested in few places like most people would in their life as you grow older. And I must say, I think investing in UK or any developed country versus emerging market, first indicator of any successful economy is the historical GDP. Now, if you look at Vietnam's GDP over the last 10 years, has consistently grown. The outlook continues to be great. It's a country which has developed as a nation and will continue to develop as one of the leading countries in Asia. With that development and growth, of course, real estate is always one of the biggest beneficiaries. As low-income people come into middle income go into the upper middle, and upper middle go further pushed up. And I think the returns always in a property like that, whether it is a return when you invest or rent, in terms of the net yield, it's obviously much higher compared to the developed countries. And hence, I think Vietnam is always an attractive destination as a business, as a personal investor. It's a great choice and a great country.
So, ladies and gentlemen, after the Diamond Island Urban Dream project is the latest project that Kusto Home has developed. So, Mr. Sergey, can you share more about the strengths from maybe value that Kusto Home put into that project?
When we were designing this project, we, of course, based on our experience with Diamond Island, we did interview our residents, what they like here the most, what they appreciate, and what they would like to see in our new development. Paid a lot of attention, and we will invest a lot in green areas, in public facilities, and in parks, trees, plants, everything that people living at urban green will have this feeling of, we call it wellness property. I think it's a new trend globally, because people now concern more about health, about lifestyle, about work and life balance. And at Urban Green, we will continue delivering our features that people appreciate the most. Our team, it's part of our philosophy that we have to keep learning new things. We have to be open-minded. We need to see how other developed countries, what they do, what's coming up next, so that to make sure that we are competitive and our product is not just good enough, but can be potentially ahead of its time. And as one example, I can tell you about our bio-designed swimming pool at Urban Green project.
Wow.
It's the first development that we'll use as kind of technology in a residential project. It will have an organic shape. This swimming pool will not use any glue or tiles, and it's very friendly for human's eye and skin, even for little babies. And I'm very proud that our development is the first in Vietnam to use it in a residential project. So it's a very different experience. Everything is from Italy.
Yes, we talk about how customer needs are constantly changing, and as a real estate developer, you have to be flexible and adapt to all the situation. So, Mr. Nitin, I would like to ask, now you have your needs of the living space changing over time. What do you think about applying new technologies and living solutions to transform the living experience?
Let me take a step back. Coming from the healthcare background, living in a space which offers a good balance between the density of construction and green space is quite important, not only for your physical health, but also for your mental health. The latest WHO report shows globally about 8 million people die every year because of pollution. So having a green space, and I think having any developer doing a construction in a responsible way with sustainability goals in mind, where you can carbon neutralize with the trees and the green area, I think it's very important for the well-being of the society. And I think I'm very proud when I see Diamond Island, when I see the other projects coming up, a very good balance between the construction area and the green space. And I think these are important for mental health as well as for physical health. Secondly, I think specific to the innovation and the needs, innovation is great, right? Because innovation allows you to in a personal space offers you a security, but of course there needs to be a balance between innovation and privacy. And again, when we innovate, again, I think from a living space standpoint, of course, in today's world, we all want great connectivity. We want to live in a space where there is connection is good.
Yes.
It's considered as a basic now. It's no longer even a luxury.
Right.
And of course, you need good security, whether it is digital security or the presence of physical security to ensure that you can live in a safe environment. And of course, a key aspect would be living in a space where construction is done with broader sustainability goals in mind, with sourcing of the materials from the right sources. The material itself, I would believe, needs to be sustainable.
Yeah.
Eco-friendly.
Right. So I think those are the things which makes all the difference.
That's the precious topic we talk about. Yeah, the sustainable values. How about Mr. Sergey? You are expat too, right? So how you and your family adapt to the new life?
Yes, we are very happy to be in Vietnam.
Yeah.
Right now it's our year 8. I have 3 children, and they love, Diamond Island. They like the culture and the climate.
Yeah.
I think this is why I feel confident and comfortable to continue doing what I do, and we are looking forward to stay here for longer time, right, Nitin? Why not?
Why not?
Yes.
Have you changed your space all the time from different style or different places?
No. We are here from day one. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Because
your
I
style?
believe to understand better our customers, our residents, I need to be one of them.
Yeah.
I need to be one of them, and then I get feedback from my family, from my children, from my wife, from my friends, from my neighbors, and then we have a clear picture of what we have to do.
Thank you so much for your presenting about the transformative value, Mr. Nitin Kapoor and Mr. Tây Nam. Thưa quý vị, đừng quên follow fanpage của Kusto Home Việt Nam để theo dõi chuỗi series talk show The Miwi Spirit, đặc biệt là số tuần sau với giá trị độc đáo. Còn bây giờ, chúng tôi xin gửi lời chào tạm biệt và hẹn gặp lại quý vị. Xin chào!